Super glad you're back with me. It's turkey season, and well, in about a month, and it's time to think about calling. And this is a key technique to get a good turkey. And I think the internet and the various videos that are out there really overcomplicate calling. And when I started out in the sport, I was so intimidated by all these mouth calls and all this crazy stuff, trying to create assembly calls and so on and so forth. And through my experience, I realized there's really only two sounds that you need to make to get a good turkey. You need to make a cluck and a yelp. It's really that simple. And in this video, I'm going to show you how to do that with a Slate call, which I think is the best product to have a good outcome. So this is my favorite type of turkey call. There's all sorts of turkey calls out there, from mouth calls to box calls, to electronic calls if they're legal in your state. But for me, I like this simple Slate call the best. Basically, it's like a wood housing, and it can also be plastic, and you have a piece of slate in there, so it's hard. Okay, and in the back there's a bunch of fenestrations, holes, that allow the mechanism to work and the sound to emanate. So it's important not to cover up those holes when you're using this call. So I tend to hold it like such, letting those fenestrations be open. And it comes with a stick, and it has a handle. And I think some people do hold this handle to do stuff, but I kind of choke up on it like a pencil, because this gives me the best fidelity. And the most common move you'll make is towards yourself. There won't be a lot of away. There's really towards yourself. And I kind of rest my hand on something, and I kind of do my moves like this. Now, I usually start with a cluck because it's really simple. And it's a little quick flick, like you're kind of flicking a fly away, and it's back towards you. So it goes something like this. And you notice the first couple sometimes don't sound right. You kind of get into a groove and you kind of figure out the amount of pressure you need and how fast it is. But it's basically just this little clicks, little flicks. And different parts of the slate may sound a little bit different. And different types of pressure will make different noises. So if I'm really hard, you can screw it up. So it's kind of that kind of Goldilocks. You kind of slide it, let the stick vibrate a little bit. And if you just kind of hang out in the woods, you're going to hear these clucks all the time. It's the hens kind of talking to one another. So usually I'll just start like this. And then I go into a yelp. And the yelp is a mating call. And I guess the folklore in hunting is that when the female makes the yelp, the gobbler will gobble, but the gobbler expects the hen to come to him. I don't know if this is true, leave your comments. But the yelp is an oval or a circle, again, back towards you, so kind of a counterclockwise circle. So I'll show you here. Well, I'll show you real slowly, it won't sound right, but then I'll do it like that. So again, it's back towards you, and you kind of do it at a frequency that kind of sounds like the real thing. And if you spend some time out in the woods, you're going to kind of figure out what the real thing is. But again, at different parts of the slate will sound different. And it's a kind of a small circle or a small oval. It's not like huge. It's not like that. It's just a nice, tight. I'll usually go like this. I'll start like a cluck. Then I'll break right into the yelp. And then you can also do something called a purr. Now, I think I've only heard a purr once in all my years of hunting, and apparently it's indicating a hen in full-blown heat. And it goes something like this, and it's just a simple drag towards yourself, and you let the kind of stick kind of bounce a little bit. drag it right to yourself. Then maybe break into a cluck, little purr, and a yelp. Sometimes hunters will tell you, don't do too much, because it's pretty rare in the real deal to see hens going completely crazy and gobblers going completely crazy. So do a little bit, little cluck, maybe one yelp. Just listen. If you get a gobble and a response, that's kind of cool. Wait a little bit, see if the gobbler comes closer to you. If it's getting closer, maybe just kind of hang on the low. Don't do anything. Just wait for it to come in. If you think he's maybe going the wrong direction, hit it again. That's the fun part of hunting. You get to try to figure that all out. Now I want to share one other really important principle with everybody. If this gets wet, it doesn't work. It literally sounds like this. So it's important to maybe keep a spare with you in a baggie if it's raining, because if your slate kicks out at a key moment, that would kind of stink that you lose a turkey because it's not working. And I also keep some chalk with me to kind of keep the friction there. You can see that changed a little bit since I added the chalk. So if this gets too wet or glossy or worn down, put a little chalk on it. And some people will also take a little sandpaper and just kind of rough up the surface a little bit too. So that's basically it. The cluck and the yelp. Every once in a while get naughty and give it a purr. You do these three things, and mostly the first two, and you're going to get yourself a nice turkey.